beginning of the American Civil War. The American Civil War began on April 12, 1861, when Confederate forces bombarded Fort Sumter. Fort Sumter was located on an island in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina, and became the site of the first major conflict of the American Civil War. The American Civil War was a war fought between the northern and southern regions of the United States. One of the main causes of the war was the future of slavery. The northern states advocated for the abolition of slavery, while the southern states wanted the continuation of the slavery system. Additionally, there was a significant economic gap between the northern industrial economy and the southern agrarian economy, leading to divergent interests. With the start of the war, some states such as Virginia and Arkansas also joined the Confederacy, and the United States became divided. In the early years of the American Civil War, Confederate forces were generally successful and achieved significant victories. However, as more and more soldiers joined the war, the North's industrial power and resources began to provide an advantage. Furthermore, the North's naval blockade disrupted Southern trade and caused resource shortages for the Confederacy. Throughout the war, many major battles took place and significant military leaders emerged. One of the prominent leaders was General Ulysses S. Grant, the commander of the North. Grant won significant victories in the later stages of the war and ultimately defeated the Confederacy. On the other hand, General Robert E. Lee, the commander of the South, played a crucial role in keeping the Confederate forces together. However, some of Lee's famous offensives failed, and eventually the Confederacy's strength diminished. The American Civil War ended on April 9, 1865, with the surrender of the Confederacy under the command of General Lee. With the end of the war, the United States reunited and slavery was abolished. The American Civil War was a deadly conflict that resulted in the deaths of approximately 620,000 soldiers. This war was recorded as one of the bloodiest conflicts in American history. The American Civil War had an impact on the national unity of the United States, the end of slavery, and the strengthening of the federal government. The consequences of the war lasted for a long time and altered the political, social, and economic structure of the United States. As a result of the American Civil War, the power and influence of the United States increased worldwide. Furthermore, the effects of this war are still evident today and have profoundly impacted American society. The American Civil War brought forth complex and profound issues, such as a nation fighting against itself and grappling with internal conflicts. During this process, many innocent lives were lost, and the lives of millions of people were profoundly affected. The significance and impacts of the American Civil War continue to be debated and extensively studied by historians. This war is considered a critical turning point in the history of the United States and left a deep wound in the country. Following the American Civil War, numerous monuments and memorial graves were built in memory of the fallen soldiers. These monuments aim to commemorate and honor the war. The American Civil War is not only an event that belongs to a country's past, but also sheds light on the depths of human nature. The inhumane behaviors and acts of sacrifice demonstrated in this war expose the complexity and challenges of humanity. In conclusion, the historical significance of the American Civil War is immense, and its effects are still felt today. Studying this war helps us understand societal, political, and economic processes and draw lessons from history. The narrative of the American Civil War constitutes a tragic chapter in human history and represents a significant turning point in the struggle for peace, equality, and human rights. The remembrance of this significant event serves the purpose of teaching future generations the complexity of our history and learning from the mistakes of humanity. The impacts of the American Civil War have deeply influenced not only American society, but also world history. This war highlights the significance of people's fight for freedom, equality, and justice. The lessons of the American Civil War reflect humanity's ability to confront and come together in the face of significant challenges. Therefore, preserving and sharing the understanding of the American Civil War will assist us in better understanding each other and preparing for our future. In addition to being a historical turning point, the American Civil War serves as a cautionary tale for humanity and provides a lesson on the devastating consequences of war. The tragedy and suffering of the war underline the significance of peace and reconciliation and showcase the power of working together. In conclusion, the remembrance and examination of the American Civil War contribute valuable insights to both our past and future. This event, with its deep imprints and significant lessons in human history, also clearly demonstrates humanity's resilience and power to come together and progress.